Mr. E85 out here at the Mr. E85 headquarters, aka the front porch where we do all the magic at. Right now I was doing a little takedown on this oil pump. Now this oil pump was in the 2-valve motor, you know, the 4.6, 252,000 miles. You know the details if you've looked at the other video. Now this oil pump did all right. I ain't even gonna say it did all right. It did phenomenal. It lasted from 1997 all the way until 2017, 2018, the last time we ran this engine, over 252,000 miles, and everything worked out great. As you can see, there's not a lot of wear in these oil pump gears when I look close. I mean, you can see the wear marks. Now, I washed this pump off just because it was sitting outside for so long. I was gonna dispose of it. And of course, we're gonna do some work on the transmission also, but I just want to show you guys these things so that you're actually able to see how the wear was on this original Ford pump. This pump was never off the engine, so the entire time we had that running. Now if I pull these gears apart and I take a peek at them here, there's one thing I did note, and that's that there's some minor wear marks, but the wear is actually not that significant. Oil pressure was always great. Hell, a cold startup on this car, man. On 5W30 Pennzoil Ultra, Pennzoil Platinum, we were looking at like almost 120 PSI when you started rolling. 2-valve engine, 2-valve oil pump. We didn't have any aftermarket oil pumps on this vehicle, so it worked throughout its life and provided us all 14 pounds of boost every time we wanted it on a stock block. So this car was very impressive. Now there's some things here as well. I've got this 4R70W, and this 4R70W is an original one. The only thing I did to it was a tail shaft bearing. Tail shaft basically needed the surround bearing in it, and we did a J mod. So there were two things we did throughout the service of this transmission, over 252,000 miles with boost and daily wide open throttles, auto cross track strips, hood rat things out there in Mexico, pretty much anything and everything that you could possibly think of. So now I'm gonna make my way over here to the Kenne Bell Cobra, because we're doing so much work out here, man. We're just doing work every day. I did try to charge the AC system up here because it's Louisiana and it's hot. Now you look here, this high pressure orifice actually started leaking on me afterwards, and I did a vacuum test. I pulled vacuum and the thing was still leaking out refrigerant. Of course, that valve started leaking, so it's a good chance that the valves, the service port valves, are bad, and I thought I would have to replace the entire high pressure line, but I actually didn't, and that was a great thing. So everything else has been adjusted on this vehicle. All those EV1 to EV6 adapters around the supercharger on the injectors I've replaced. We were using the Terminator Cobra 39-pound injectors, and you can't really see them here because the injectors are hard to get to, but those 39-pound injectors were replaced with the Ford 47-pound injectors, the LU47, with 6-hole pin tiles instead of the 4 holes. Better starting, better emissions, if you want to jokingly put that out there, you know, for an old EPA. And everything is working great. I'm actually looking for some other things for the car, the mass airflow, the tract. I did some readjustments, of course, to all the IAC hoses and the catch cans as well, because those were all over the place. Also, of course, if you do know, and you may not know this, and we'll have this in the dyno video, down there you can see the little ATI dampener. The ATI dampener is a very good dampener. This one is a slightly larger than the Kenne Bell dampener, which did fail on us, and unfortunately when that failed, you know, it put the vehicle down, so we had to make some changes and adjustments. Now for the whole vehicle, all in itself, I'm going to do the front A-arms on here along with the ball joints. We did put a Walbro 450 fuel pump in the tank, and I'm actually going to swap that tank to a Terminator Cobra tank, just so we're not having to be like above a half tank to even try to make a pull. That fuel pump doesn't always have the greatest position in there. And one of the last things we've got to deal with here, I've got an LFP throttle body in here right now, because the AccuFab throttle body always causes the high idle, and I've gotten with AccuFab to get that fixed, replaced, or whatever they're going to do with it, so that we don't have those high idle issues anymore, because it's literally a stock engine with E85 and a Kenne Bell 2.1 supercharger on the top. It should drive like normal, except when I want to go fast and I give it some boost. Now with that ATI dampener on there right now, we're pulling 12 pounds of boost, and you'll get to see all of that on the dyno once we get the car out there. The tune is pretty much to perfection at this point. Any small tweaks and any changes I needed to make for the injectors, the mass airflow, and all the other little small things, and some transient driving have been done, and we've been putting this car through its paces. Of course, over here with the 97 Cobra, there's some different things that need to be done, and there's not a lot really left, honestly, to do here. We need to replace the K-member. Those parts have been short. There'll be Maximum Motorsports parts. It'll be the A-arms, the coilovers, and everything. So that's been kind of difficult to get to, but all in all, you know, everything's out of the car. She's pretty much ready to go. We'll get that Volvo power steering pump and some other different accessories that need to go in there, and I'll be getting with Power by the Hour for the 10R80 transmission to go ahead with the 5.0 build. So hey man, it's on track. The hardest thing is being out here in the atmosphere. It's a beautiful day. Typically it's raining like all the damn time, so you don't get a chance to do what you want to do. All in all, man, over 500 subscribers. I'm actually very grateful that we've made it that far, and I didn't think that would make it that far this fast. I'd love to see 1,000. And so hey, if you could go ahead and share, like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and of course always smash the like button, because that's what gets the YouTube algorithm kicking, so we can get more views. I like sharing things, and I like teaching as well, and we learn something new out here even every day. We're putting to the test run what you brung, and we're trying to put it all together. You know, hashtag built not bought, as the joke would say. So with that, anyway guys, I was glad to give you these updates, and I just wanted to give an update on everything I got going on right now with all the vehicles, because I know things have been slow. I'm always at work, or the weather's always bad, so it's made doing everything very hard. But we still keeping it caught up. Like, actually, a shout out to the BST Ford Channel if you hadn't checked that one out, of course, with the Marauder and the Crown Vics and everything that he does. He mentioned a good rule, 30-minute rule. Even if you don't get a chance to be out here working for 10 hours in a day, 30 minutes a day adds up. 30 minutes a day for 7 days straight is a lot of time at the end of the day, and you could always get something done. And I'm trying to use that basically that methodology, because I like that a lot. So with that said, anyway guys, thanks. I'm not going to run this on anymore. I will have that dyno video out in a few weeks here, and we'll have a lot more content to come in between. So thanks a lot, guys.